Welcome to today's live. Today's live is in celebration to Mother's Day. I know in this physical universe where we don't know the deeper meaning beyond Mother's Day, but I want to take it this time to recognize the divine feminine. The divine feminine. We're in the time of raising your consciousness, the return of the divine feminine, the return of the divine feminine, which has been suppressed for so long, for so long. And in me saying the feminine, I just want everyone to know that everyone, men, male and female, do have an aspect of femininity. Feminine doesn't applies just to female, men also. And in this time of high consciousness, high awareness, we're seeing some of our males tapping into their femininity. The divine feminine is raising their consciousness, vibrational frequencies. So let's talk about our mother. Let's talk about our mother. Let's talk about um, the divine feminine. Let's talk about her because I'm just getting these downloads. And if you're joining me today to understand what I'm going to talk about, you have to really, people call them chosen ones. People raise their consciousness to really understand what I'm trying to say today, because this is the time we're living in. This is what they call the end of time, the end of days. The division between men and women, the division between male and female is over. This is the only realm where we're separated. When we go into our the higher realms, masculine and feminine are together. And according to the Nagamadi text, that's what created it's the separation. I think Sophia somehow wanted a child without the without the masculine consent. If you read the Nagamadic text, and this created the child that she had was cast down onto this earth, and this is where we get the God of this earth, and this is where we have all this slavery, consciousness slavery, mental slavery. I forgot his name. That the Nagam. I think it's something Both, something Baylor Both, or something like that. His name is called. He is the God of this world, and he has some power because he come from that divine feminine. And when you read the Bible and he talked about, and you hear the Bible says, I am God and there's none like unto me. We have to be careful. We have to understand that know the God, know your own God. That's not necessarily what that God is talking. Your God, source, doesn't need to speak like that. Source doesn't need that. So when you say, I am God, there's none like unto me, and I kill, like that's not source. That's not source. So we have to be careful what God we're worshiping. And so in that, and when we go to the Garden of Eden, when he talked about the ribs and was taken from Adam. I don't, if you follow my ministry, I don't believe in that Adam and Eve story as it's written. There's a deeper meaning to it. And the ribs was taken from Adam, and Adam and Eve caused Adam to sin. I do not know. This is not what the story was intended. You have your own interpretation of the Adam and Eve story, fine. But there's two things. Adam, I don't think it's Adam. I think it's the atom it was talking about. We're energy beings. We're not physical. It's just the splitting of the atom, the separation. The separation, that's what take place. It doesn't matter what direction. If you see it as energy, if you see it as science, if you see it physically, it's the separation of the masculine, the feminine from the masculine. That's what took place in the garden. A separation took place. So Adam, when the feminine aspect was separated from Adam in the garden, it's the divinity. It's just our divinity. Adam doesn't necessarily mean a male. It's our divinity was taken from us. That divine feminine was separated in the garden. There was a separation that took place in the garden. So when we hear the Adam and Eve story, what they're saying, we're on this earth without, it's here and it's not here. And that's why we're here to tap into our divinity. We're here not as whole. We're not whole in this realm. We're here to get back, to find the divine aspect of ourselves. That's why we're here. That's what the garden story trying to tell us. That a part of us, the divine or divinity, the God aspect of us is separated from us in this 3D realm. And can we get back, find our divinity? Can we find that divine feminine in this 3D realm? Yes. So when we come here, as I mentioned, the God of this world, his goal is to keep us separated, the divine aspect of ourselves and um, this physical. So what in this realm it's telling us, this is who you are. You're this materialistic world. You're only this person you see in the mirror. You're the barber, you're the nurse, you're the doctor, you're the politician. That's who you are. You're the mother, you're the father, the labels we were given in this world. So now, but somehow, even though we're separated from the divine aspect of us, it's yearning. This is what the Bible tried to tell us. It's yearning to be reunited with our divine self. And so we start searching. And they knew that was going to happen. So they gave us religion. They gave us religion and they said, okay, your God is going to come from the sky. And this is Jesus who died for your sins. That's what's happening here. Nowhere they want to tell us, listen, you're a divine being. Your divine self is here with you, but the density that we're in, you have to give up this ego. You have to give up this materialistic world to become one with your divine self. They don't want to tell us that. They don't want to tell us that. They want us to think, Trump's gonna help you, Kamala's gonna help you, government's gonna help you. You have to wait on God. You have to wait on God, and Jesus is gonna come down and help you. They just want us to sit here and wait on help coming from the outside. And in we doing, it's the more we suffer. It's the more our children suffer. It's the more sickness takes place. It's the more the same things we're complaining about. We have the power within us to take care of it. We have the power within us to make this world what we want it to be if we just go inside. If we just go inside. So now it's the rise of the divine feminine mother. This is the rise of the divine oh, my phone's dying. The rise of the divine feminine. So the earth is rising, and so we're getting closer and closer, closer and closer to the God, to the higher realms, so we can become one again. Those who are ready can become one with our higher selves. This is the time that we're in. So my topic today is menstruation. I've been thinking about menstruation for a long time. I know the church has a taboo. The Bible have a taboo about women menstruating. But as if you're out there and you're raising your vibration, you're coming into this consciousness, this awareness, you're expanding your awareness. I know you'll probably come upon a lot of people, but I want to touch on Dr. Dilbert Blair. And I remember him saying that before, women didn't have a menstruation. Women didn't menstruate. And I'm like, oh, wow. Why are we menstruating now? And it came to me that the reason why we're having menstruation now is because it's the fall in consciousness. It's because we're vibrating. This earth that we're in is vibrating at a lower frequency, and the woman as because this is let me say, should I say feminine world? This world is more feminine, and the creator, this realm is more feminine, and we are the creators. We're feeling the effects. Women are feeling the effects of being in a low vibrational world realm. So, as we see, the role that women play in this world is more than a mother. It's more than taking care of the house. We never talked about the spiritual, the energy part that we play in this world. That's not talked about, because I'm getting this download that what we're doing when we see our period, we're helping and raising the vibration of this earth by getting rid of the unwanted energy in this realm. That's what we're doing. That's what's happening when we raise our vibration. That's why we feel the pain. That's why we feel some of us have the moods. It's a lot of energy on our body that we're trying to get rid of during this 5-7 day period. And I don't know if anyone out there, I haven't heard any studies done on this. And we are the women are the microcosm of the macrocosm. We are the creators made visible in this world, because we have the womb that bring life. And that's why women, anywhere we go, we pick up on these energy around us. It's like we are um, a sponge. We are a sponge, because that's how we were created. Because we are a sponge that wherever we walk, we just feel people energy. We just speak a spirit. I don't even care if you're spiritual or not. We even without knowing, and once a month we have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of all that blood. We have to get rid of all that unwanted energy out of our bodies. That's what's happening. That's what's happening when we have our menstruation. So, because woman has been demonized so much, we can't even talk about menstruation. They don't want us to talk about menstruation. Huh? And it's a good time. It helps our health. Let's look on the other side, especially when you take birth control pills. What happened? Or why they have all that side effects when they stop this natural thing from happening? You start bleeding. You stop bleeding for a while. So let's use the depot. The depot. I think 3 months you don't see your period, and they tell you there's a side effects to this. There's a side effects to this medication because you have all this built up energy that you're absorbing as you go through you as a woman. You're absorbing all this energy unknowingly because they don't tell us who we are. We all know who we are. We think, oh, we're just a wife and we should wait on a husband. And we don't know that we're energy beings, we're divine beings. And we are just a microcosm of the greater mother. And we're picking up these energy. It seems we were used to cleanse this world from this unwanted energy so Mother Earth can rise. So the divine feminine can come back. Because Earth is not in its natural state. Earth's state is to be balanced with the masculine and the feminine. So we're having menstruation because we're living in a patriarchy society and the earth is imbalanced. So, yes, so the side effects of not having this natural occurrence on a monthly basis can be devastating. All these pills, that contraceptive that we take, have the side effects because when we don't have this natural occurrence monthly, where all this energy that we're absorbing in our day-to-day life stays within us, we don't expel it. And as for someone who take Depo, they said you gain weight. You gain, I know people who take it and didn't gain weight. But there's other side effects when we have too much unwanted energy in our body. Energy that's not natural for us, and that because we pick these up as we go along in our daily lives. So this unwanted energy causes us to gain weight, causes us to have blood clots, causes us I think some says heart problems. There's so many side effects when we use contraceptive. And not allow if the monthly cycle of menstruation to take place. And so the goal is not that you shouldn't use contraceptive, but we should use it for a time. Or I think there's some that allows you to have menses, allow you to have menses. I mean, it's your choice, whatever you want to do. But I just want to give the woman out there an understanding of this is just what I got in my this morning as I wanted to do something great for Mother's Day on an energy basis. So yeah, so this menstruation that we have monthly have a lot of unwanted energy. This is one thing I agree with the church, that it has energy. Energy. When you're having your period, you're getting rid of things that shouldn't be in your body and in the earth on a wider basis. Not just your body, in the earth and in a wider basis, because we're connected to the divine feminine, that's the creator of this realm. We are a microcosm of the macrocosm of the divine feminine. We women are. And we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our mental health. We have to take care of our bodies, because especially not those right now who are raising their consciousness, who are raising their vibrational frequencies. If you're doing that at this time, you have to be mindful, and you're in those childbearing age. Allow your period just to flow. And when you're vibrating high, if you used to having heavy flows, it gets lighter. The higher you vibrate, the lesser you have, because you have the strength. You have the strength. You're more to that divine aspect of yourself. If you eat right, if your body's like, I think you can get you if you're just vibrating at the right frequency, I think you won't have periods anymore. You won't menstruate anymore as a woman, because you're in your divinity. You're in that divine aspect of yourself. And this is why we're here. I always, probably over a year ago, I've been here. I've been hearing something about Christ, what they told us about Christ, and menstruation, and they tell us that, oh, the blood cleanses, the blood heals, the blood this. Were they talking about menstruation? Hmm? The divine feminine is that Christ. The divine feminine is your higher self. So when they tell you the blood of Christ, the blood of Christ, they're invoking the divine feminine. They're invoking the divine feminine. But in today's church, some churches today, they don't want to talk about that. But Jesus, the blood of Jesus, the blood of this. You're talking about menstruation. That's all you're talking about. The blood, the blood, the blood, the blood. The blood. It's the divine feminine pouring out its power through us, her power through us, helping to cleanse the earth, and helping and on a whole, and us, and helping to cleanse us individually. That's what menstruation is. It shouldn't be a taboo. It should be celebrated. It should be celebrated. Our girls should tell us, we should let them know how important it is. It's a signal that you're connected to the divine creator. It signals that you were chosen, you were used for a divine purpose. And another thing that came to me, so menstruation on a micro level, in the woman, it's menstruating on a micro level. And we know that, as within, so without. That's the law of the universe. As within, so without. What's happening inside also happening outside. And so what is used as cleansing in the earth? What would be, on a macro level, what is the blood in the earth? What is the blood in the earth? What is the blood in the earth? So, because on a micro level, the blood in the woman is menstruation. No, menstruation in the woman. What's the blood? There has to be a menstruation in the earth. What's the earth menstruation? What is it? Because if I'm right saying that on the micro level, in the woman, menstruation is used for cleansing and clearing out energy in the world and in the woman's body. What is doing it on the macro level? What is doing it in the earth? I would love someone to tell me. Huh? What is cleansing the earth? What is that blood that's cleansing Mother Earth? What is it called? Do we see it around? Do we understand it? Hmm? What is that blood? What is the blood in the macro level? On the macro level? What is the blood on the macro level? The blood is, this is what I think, that black oil in the earth. That oil in the earth is the macro level, the cleansing. Let's see how long I'm here. 27 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Macro level on the earth, I think it's what we call oil. It's what we call oil, that black gooey stuff. All right. So if the oil in the earth is a form of menstruation, it's a form of removing bad energy. Oh my God. If the oil in the earth is removing bad energy, is used to remove bad energy from the earth so the earth can ascend. Does the oil have a life shelf, end date? Because we're dependent on that oil right now to run our cars, to so many things. We're dependent on that oil. And we see why this earth just continue going round in circle. Because if the oil, oh my gosh, let me thread lightly because I don't want to get another strike. I really don't want to get another strike. So let me say this lightly. If the oil in the earth is the energy that the earth used to cleanse, the energy that the earth used to, it's the bad energy that Mother Earth is using to remove, to help in vibration, to remove all the evil, to remove all the bad energy. Somehow Mother Earth, it's the oil, it's in the oil. It's in the oil in the earth, that black oil. But now that same oil that Mother Earth used to cleanse, that oil have some bad energy in it. That earth, that's the energy Mother Earth used to remove the bad energy of the earth so we can ascend, so we can become one, to become one with Christ. And now, so that oil is given back to us. So what does that do? It keeps us in a low vibrational state. So we're constantly in a low vibrational state. The energy in that oil is in our cars, is in our homes. Is in our homes. I'm trying not to get another strike, so I don't want to go too deep. So is this the reason why we haven't had renewable energy? Why we can't tap into high energy, because it will raise the frequency of the earth. Mm? It will raise the frequency of the earth. Mm? Is that the reason? And it's keeping Mother Earth in low consciousness, low vibration. The same thing she's removing is given back to us to cook our food, to run in our homes, to run our cars, in every area of this earth. Hmm? You can only understand what I'm saying if you're raising your consciousness. You could only understand it. But yes, so we're celebrating. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. I'm trying to thread lightly. At least I can stay on here for an hour. I don't want to say too much. I have 2 strikes, 1 to go. And yeah, so we're celebrating the rise of the divine feminine. We're looking at menstruation. We're looking at menstruation, why we have our menstruation. That it's for cleansing, yes, you might know it's cleansing the woman body, but on an energy level, it's cleansing the wider earth, wherever we go. There's so much here, and it's used to help in raising the consciousness, your consciousness, and the earth's consciousness. We have to understand how important it is. If you're out there and you still believe you're free, you're good, you won't understand that we are in mental slavery. We are in mental slavery, and some of us are here just our country, helping the mass and help Earth to raise their consciousness. Some of us are here to do that. So menstruation is used to help the earth raise its consciousness, and the woman and the men and the families raise their consciousness. I think someone mentioned in those state places where women are seen as less than, they stay home. Flowers doesn't even grow in those places. It's important for the woman to be out there, to be playing their role as creators here, as creators. So when you see having menstruation, just know that you're playing a bigger role than you think. You're playing a bigger role in the ascension process, in allowing this earth to be balanced, to get back to balance in this world. Balance, we're out of balance. It's not male and female, masculine and feminine should be in balance to help this world ascend. If you're sick and tired, you understand what I'm saying. If you think we have freedom and this and that, maybe you won't understand what I'm saying. But if you're sick and tired and you're seeing through this matrix, you're seeing through everything in this world, you understand what I'm saying. And this menstruation is used to cleanse the woman and to cleanse everywhere she goes. If the woman is not out there and doing stuff, flowers gonna die, trees are gonna die. She picks up that energy. That's why she has these mood swings. Some of us have these mood swings during this time, during menstruation. We have cramps. And when I hear, you remember in the garden, um, it says the woman is gonna bear pain in having a child, because we descend in consciousness, and because we're separated from our divinity. When I said in the garden, it's the separation took place with the Adam represents the masculinity, Eve represents the feminine. It's a separation. We were separated from our divinity. Not just men were separated, women were separated. But somehow you can't deny that woman represents the creation. The masculine have their role to play, but women, because of giving birth and all that, we are so close. They did a study on creation, on this, how women can tap into the divine realm just by thinking. Some men out there know. We just know what our husband's doing. We just know. People call it sixth sense. They said, "Oh, you're lying." They tell us you're lying, and they try to suppress. I'm not going to call it sixth sense. It's just that knowing, because we're connected to so much. We're connected so much into the divine realm because of our femininity, or because of we're a woman. Does all women do? Probably not, but because some women are more in their masculinity, and some women has to play both roles. So menstruation, I think it's a form of energy cleansing, and it help cleanse our environment, help cleanse the world, help cleanse us. And we are just a microcosm of the macrocosm, because the law of the universe, as within, so without. If it's happening in the woman, it's happening in the earth. Whatever is happening in the woman is happening in Mother Earth. And the goal for everything